See?
I think they're gone. I think we can go ahead.
Okay. Hello, I'm Kayla Ellsworth.
And I'm Lauren Fink, and you're watching Second Edition. Tonight on the show, we'll be talking about
comic books, Sins of TV.
Oh, I think we fixed it. Shouldn't you be zooming with your feet?
Sorry.
Now that that's all fixed, we can tell you what's on the show today. We will be learning how the deadly sins of TV have influenced the film industry, and I'll be learning how to sear and roast a rack of lamb.
We'll be at a popular comic book store, and we'll be watching a modern sci-fi thriller.
And a sloth will be flying onto our show in this week's viral video.
All this and more after news and sports.
Welcome to Second Edition. Changes are on the way for NAIT students.
Classes offered and semester length are two changes that are coming to some NAIT programs. For those looking into NAIT, the new self-enrollment feature might be the answer.
It's providing the students the opportunity to choose the pathway and the course load and the course offerings that are going to fit their schedule.
Dr. Neil Facina says that these changes next semester will not affect tuition right away. NAIT students and staff have a chance to have lunch with a culinary celebrity. Chris Cosentino is this year's Hokiton Chef in Residence. The program brings celebrity chefs to NAIT to work with the students to introduce them to new innovative cooking.
Chris is young, contemporary, no nonsense. He may be a celebrity, but this isn't drama, this is real cooking that he's doing.
NAIT is giving away 4 pairs of tickets to the exclusive 4-course tasting menu on March 20th. Simply fill out an entry form at nait.ca.
Everyone dreams of being a model, and for a select few NAIT students, that dream could become a reality. Round 1 of voting for NAITS's Next Top Model closed last week, and now only 12 models remain in the competition for a modeling contract as well as a $500 gift card to Kingsway. Not only do students get to see all the pretty faces here at NAIT, it helps to get the school's name out in the community.
It's creating that awareness for students who have different hobbies and interests other than just going to school and stuff like that.
Voting for Round 2 closes March 8th at noon. An American author is causing controversy over his anti-gay statements.
Orson Scott Card was originally set to write a story for The Adventures of Superman. But his views against homosexuality and gay marriage have altered those plans. Comic store bans and online petitions have made the illustrator Chris Sprouse leave the project. Some see the boycott as a form of censorship.
I think that what a writer does, or even anybody does, in their own personal time, shouldn't affect how people view their own personal work. So he doesn't throw anti-gay statements into his work from what I've read, and I like his writing.
DC will be releasing the revised issue on May 29th.
Happy Harbor Comics, located in downtown Edmonton, is not your average comic book store.
As well as offering customers a wide variety of merchandise, it has taken a unique approach to its involvement within the community. Here's Morgan Black with the full story.
At first glance, the superheroes at Happy Harbor seem to live within the pages. But at this local comic book shop, the real heroes work inside the store. Happy Harbor Comics is the only comic book store in Western Canada that's extremely active within its community. Harbor fundraises for the Big Brothers Big Sisters Club, as well as Literacy Alberta. They donate hundreds of comics to Boyle Street and make regular donations to the Edmonton Food Bank. As well, Happy Harbor spends at least one day a week in schools, teaching children how comics are made and the career opportunities available within the industry.
It's a big part of our business to not just sit on the fence and sell comics, that we actually want to show people that there is value, that there is progress, that there are opportunities, that there's a lot of good things that can come out of comic books, as well as just sitting around and watching good guys punch bad guys.
Not only is Happy Harbor a leader in community involvement, but they have also won multiple awards, including a global award for the Best All Ages section. As well as comics, you can find graphic novels, action figures, clothing, glassware, and posters. They also have the largest selection of single-issue comics in the city. Happy Harbor is also a popular destination for after-school activities.
Hi, I'm Morgan Black for Second Edition. Here at Happy Harbor Comics, students of all ages can come in to play, relax, in a friendly environment.
A place to hang out with friends after school and stuff.
Happy Harbor is open Monday through Saturday with tournaments and events held regularly.
Last week, bishops from all over Western Canada gathered at St. Joseph's Basilica in Edmonton to give thanks for the 8 years Pope Benedict XVI spent as Pope. Benedict was elected to the papacy in 2005 after Pope John Paul II passed away. On February 11th, Benedict announced his resignation due to old age, making him the first pope to willingly step down in over 600 years. His final Mass was held at St. Peter's Basilica at 8 o'clock p.m. on February 28th, which coincided with the Mass held downtown.
We are privileged here today to gather and be part of history.
The tentative date for the conclave to begin is Monday, March 11th. Over 500 children in grades 1 through 12 competed for Olympic gold this past Saturday. The Science Olympics were held at the Shaw Conference Center as a part of National Engineering and Geoscience Month. The main goal of the Science Olympics is to get students thinking about careers in the sciences. The students participated in various events such as bridge building, playing card towers, and an egg drop challenge. People from within the science community judged these events.
We're trying to, at an early age, get them interested in science and math, make sure they see the fun in it, learn how to work in a team environment as well. So a lot of skills that are going to help them in the future.
The next Science Olympics are in Medicine Hat on March 23rd. Albertan kids are leading the way in more ways than one.
It was a day of honor, achievement, and fun for some kids at Fantasyland Hotel.
I'd like to welcome you to the 13th Annual Great Kids Awards.
16 kids from all over Alberta were chosen for their perseverance, overcoming severe illness, and community leadership. Human Services Minister Dave Hancock presented the awards to the kids aged 5 to 17.
I'm getting the Greatest Kid of the Year award for donating, for fundraising a lot of money to the Children's Stollery Hospital.
There's just so many ways in our community that each one of us, whatever our age, can step up, can see something that they can do, and provide the leadership and the inspiration to do it. And that's what this is about.
Kids looking to have a voice within their community can join the Youth Advisory Panel of Alberta. So Brianne, you were at Snow Valley this weekend. How was that?
It was a lot of fun. There was a big competition going down.
And I hear there's been a lot of unexpected action going on at the Briar. Are you going to tell us a little bit about that?
Definitely. I'll have all of that and more coming up in sports. The Nate Oaks women's hockey team started their best-of-5 series on home ice against the Red Deer College Queens last Thursday.
The Oaks came out strong thanks to Jillian Matheson, who scored the first goal of the game and the only goal they needed. With a nice pass from Nicole Dunlop, Carly Reeve was able to make the score 2-0 for the Oaks. We would then get a nice breakaway to seal the deal and help the Oaks win with a 3-0 victory.
I do think that we're not going to play every game that way, so we've got to be prepared for that and be willing to adapt and come out when we're not on top as well.
After a win in Red Deer, the Oaks lead the series 2-0. If needed, Game 4 is tomorrow in Red Deer. The men's team also lead their series 2-0 against Concordia.
Some brave skiers and snowboarders took to the slopes last Saturday for the annual Big Hit competition at Snow Valley.
Each skier and snowboarder had 5 chances to impress the panel of judges. There were some insane wipeouts, but there were also some amazing tricks performed.
That's a solid 180 on.
The competition was tight, but nonetheless, there was only 3 skiing winners and 3 snowboarding winners.
The Edmonton Rush made a pit stop at home before continuing on their road trip. Rush captain Jimmy Quinlan and goaltender Aaron Bold had this to say about the recent Battle of Alberta.
The nice thing was just that we came out and we competed hard for 60 minutes and we only put together a full game, so it definitely felt good to be on the right end of that Battle of Alberta.
Pure hatred and wanted to beat them finally, right? Just putting it to a stop, and Coach Keenan even just said that just put a stop to it. It stops now, and we just have to make a stand. And
the Edmonton Rush are tied 5-5 with the Calgary Roughnecks. Both teams are only 1 win behind the Washington Stealth. An International Rugby Hall of Famer made a stop in Edmonton this week.
We're really excited about coming to Edmonton. We're playing against the United States in a tournament match in May 25th out at Ellerslie Park. So huge opportunity for us to put on the Canadian jersey and play our arch rivals, the USA.
Edmonton will be hosting 1 game for the Pacific National Cup. The Tim Hortons Briar has been taking over Rexall Place for the past week, and Team Martin isn't looking good. Team Martin hasn't been playing as well as hoped, going into Draw 13 with a result of 4-4. Team Alberta has been reigning champions for the past 3 years. Glenn Howard played his longtime rival, Brad, and kept his unbeaten streak alive. The attendance for the Briar has been down. Some believe part of the reason is for the way Team Martin has been playing. Opening night rematch between the Flames and the Sharks made the Flames feel less like shark bait. First period, Flames on the rush. Jay Bouwmeester gets rejected, but Roman Cervenka is there for the rebound, making it 1-0 Flames. Brian Cloud falls and his stick unintentionally clips Tim Jackman in the face. Nonetheless, he continues his shift. In the middle of the second frame, Mark Giordano creates a turnover. Joe Pavelski feathers the puck over to Joe Thornton, who will beat Mika Kiprusoff, tying the game at 1. Early in third, Blake Como fires it down the right wing and right past Thomas Greiss. Just 99 seconds later, Joe Mingla buries the one-timer, making it a 3-1 game. Curtis Glencross will score the final goal with an empty netter. Flames win 4-1. The Oilers are looking to end the Blackhawks winning streak on Sunday.
Thankfully, those pesky villains left news and sports alone. Oh no, watch out for the cords! Ugh, I am so sick of those villains. Every time we think we're safe, we're not, and they keep ruining our show.
Here, let me help you. It'll be okay. The show will still go on.
So you don't think they'll come back, do you?
Did you know the shaky, documentary-style camera work you've seen in movies like Cloverfield and Paranormal Activity is called found footage? Did you know the genre has been around since the 1980s and began in Italy? Did you know the Blair Witch Project began from a 68-page outline? The actors improvised most of their dialogue, and the film was made in 8 days. Did you know in 2012, Hollywood made an unsuccessful attempt to bring found footage to TV with the series The River? The show was canceled after 8 episodes. Now you know.
Kayla, are you feeling alright? You look a little green.
I'm feeling fine. Wait, so do you.
That's weird. You look better now.
Those villains are really getting on my nerves.
Oh wait, not another disruption.
NR92 is going to blow you away. Get caught up in your campus radio station, NR92.
Hello. I have a distinct taste for a lot of things in my life, and I appreciate a good beer as much as you do. One that's sharp, rich, kind of like me, haha, swing, and teeming with exclusive flavor. The kind of beer that has no tricks and no gimmicks.
Hey Kevin, want a beer?
That's okay, thanks.
Wait, Kevin, is that a traditional ale?
It sure is, Steven. It sure is. This beer is in a class of its own. Big Rock Traditional Ale. You've arrived.
Lonely. I'm playing through Carl Hall.
NR92, the station for the students, no matter what galaxy you come from.
NR92 takes you here.
Or here.
Or here.
Everything. When really you're here.
Anything can happen with NR92.
NR92.com.
All access to the music you want to hear.
Whether it's country, rap, rock, or anything else, NR92 has got you covered. NR92, the station for the students.
Hear what you want, when you want.
Got a little boom in my big truck, gonna make your big cars.
NR92.com, the station for the students.
Hello and welcome to Cooking with Ernest. I'm Lauren Fink, joined by Chef TJ Atkinson, who's going to teach me how to prepare something I haven't prepared before because I'm a vegetarian, a rack of lamb. So TJ, how are we going to prepare this lamb?
That's right. So with the meat, first off, you want to season it quite heavily with some salt and pepper. This is going to add a lot of flavor as well as just draw some of the moisture and juices from the meat. So we'll get some kosher salt on there, season it quite heavily on there.
And why kosher and not regular?
The bigger salt, it just tastes nice as it melts into the meat. We'll get some nice crushed pepper on there as well.
Perfect.
Alright, so in here we have a pan with some canola oil. We've heated up nice and hot because I want to sear the front of this meat.
And why canola oil and not olive oil?
Canola oil has a higher smoking point, so it's not going to burn as quickly, and olive oil will change the flavor. So it's a much nicer oil for that. So what we're going to do is we're going to sear it in our pan, and what we're trying to do is get some nice browning and coloration like this.
What's the purpose of searing it?
The searing, it's one of the most important parts. You're going to develop a lot of flavor on it, but it's also going to sear all the juices in it, so you got nice juicy meat as well.
I guess you could say that's lamb-tastic.
You could probably say that as well, yes.
And what will we do when we're done searing this?
What we're going to do is, once it's seared, all the juice in there, it's not quite cooked, so we're going to add a little bit of Dijon mustard to it, and stick an herb crusting onto it as well.
Awesome.
So if you want to put that on there.
And why Dijon and not a different kind of mustard?
The Dijon, I just find it's a personal preference. Lots of good flavor in there. It just adds, it's also going to help like our glue for this crust. But then we're going to throw this in the oven and bake it the rest of the way.
Sounds delicious. And this was like a herb, or what is the
so
crust?
Breadcrumbs and fresh chopped herbs and that as well.
So how long does it usually take to prepare this meal?
Probably about 8 to 10 minutes if everything's prepped and ready to go.
Oh, that's actually pretty easy. I could make that for my family in no time at all.
Any time as well, yeah.
Thank you so much for teaching me how to sear and roast a rack of lamb. This has been Cooking with Ernest, and I'm Lauren Fink.
We need to stand up to those villains before they completely ruin our show. But how could we?
I wish we could fly.
Me too, but I don't think we could learn before the show's over.
I don't think so, but anything is possible. Either way, we need to come up with a plan to stop them.
Hey, have you seen a villain lately?
Oh, Sarah, I found you.
Oh, sorry, Dexter.
What are you doing up here?
Well, I was just thinking, I don't really want to be a special effects girl anymore.
So, were you about to jump?
Oh, no. I was watching this one video, and this little guy just really knows how to follow his passions and fly. Do you know what I mean?
Fly?
Fly. Here, let's take a look.
Oh.
I believe I can fly. Woo. I believe I can touch the sky. I think about it every night and day. Spread my wings and fly away.
Watch for the cars.
If sloths can fly, so can I.
I don't think that's how it works.
Well, hopefully our plan to stop the villains works.
I hope so. We're having problems with the computer.
Oh, not technical difficulties again.
Now that I hacked into the server, we have control for the next minute 45!
Hey man, have you ever wondered what it would be like to have real superpowers?
No, but those kids from the movie Chronicle gave me some ideas.
My theory, though, is that it's like a muscle. Because we're working it out.
Chronicle is a tale about 3 teens who make an amazing discovery at a high school party.
Andrew Detmer, an unpopular student at Chumash Valley High School, is subject to both torment and physical assault from students at school and his father at home.
Andrew's only friend is his cousin Matt Guthrie and his mother who's dying from cancer. So he decides to buy a camera to document his life.
One weekend, Matt decides to bring Andrew out to a party, and the 2 cousins, along with school president Steve Montgomery, stumble upon a supernatural object buried underground. This nearly destroys Andrew's camera and imbues the boys with many superpowers, including both telekinesis and the ability to fly.
Watch this. Dude! Holy crap!
She thinks he stole it. No idea.
Yes, it was the black guy this time.
The way that this movie depicts power, and the ability power has to corrupt the human mind, is truly what set this movie apart for me.
Well, Cable Man, I didn't really like this movie and it won't be going to my favorites, but I'll give it a 3.5 out of 5.
You know what? It got way too out of hand at the end. That's the only thing stopping me from giving it a 5. I'll give it a 4.5 though. I'm Evil Cables.
I'm the manipulator of light. And evil
Beckon.
If those villains like bad TV so much, this'll attract them.
Now that they're distracted, we can tie them up with the cable.
Huzzah!
You may have stopped us, but there's a greater force at work.
Until next time.